What's up, everybody? Ben's Weather here. Today we'll be talking about the potential threat for a tropical storm, and we'll also be talking about the threat for severe weather in the Midwest. So first, taking a look at the National Weather Service 7-day outlook for tropical weather. It's giving that tropical wave a 60% chance of formation in the next 7 days. Right now it's just showers and thunderstorms, but yesterday was a 40% chance of formation, and now it's a 60% chance of formation, and I would not be surprised if this just keeps going up. We also have a area over here. This is the southeast area in the Georgia and Florida area. It's a 0% chance of formation in the next 7 days. However, it's bringing a ton of heavy rain into Georgia and Florida, and some strong wind gusts as well. Now let's look at the satellite imagery. So taking a look at the satellite imagery, you see this is that tropical wave right now. You have some convection, some thunderstorms, and some rain showers, but you're not really getting any rotation yet. And then taking a look at this big red blob, this is that tropical wave that was moving across this area here, and now it's over here. It was supposed to form into a tropical storm, but never did. And I think once it gets into the southeast Pacific over there to the left, I think it'll form into a tropical depression. That'll be a little bit too late because it's no longer in the Atlantic. And this area right here in the southeast, in Georgia Florida, and South Carolina, like I said, bring some strong thunderstorms, and that's bringing a ton of heavy rain to that areas, and I wouldn't be surprised if they got a couple of inches, up to 3 or 4, and some flooding to the coastline. Now let's look at the model guidance for this next tropical wave. So taking a look at the GFS model, you see it has this tropical wave where it is right now. It's at low pressure, and it's got riding at the bottom of that little high pressure, and it finds a gap and a weakness in that high pressure. And as soon as it does that, it just goes right up, and it gets caught in the jet stream, and it's gone. So we're going to have to keep watching the placement of this high pressure, because that's everything. And we're going to have to keep watching. It doesn't look like it's going to be a threat to the U.S. East Coast. And it's looking less likely it'll be a threat to the islands. But we're going to have to keep watching at Bermuda, because that could be a threat to Bermuda, and at least bring some rain and some wind to it. Now taking a look at the European model, you see that, again, that storm, and it finds that weakness in the high pressure, and then it breaks through, and as it's trying to break through, there's a ton of wind shear, and it kind of dissipates. It kind of forms back into like a little hurricane. You see you get some rotation in that, but it's not very strong, maybe a tropical storm, and it gets caught in the jet stream, and it's gone. The last one I want to take a look at is the Canadian model, because I think this is honestly the most realistic right now. So you see it moves through, and then it comes in contact with a little wind shear, and it's trying to form, but it breaks through the high pressure, and then it gets in contact with some more moisture coming from the jet stream, and it kind of joins in that moisture, and then it's kind of gone. So like I said, we're going to have to keep watching this. It could be a threat to Bermuda and bring some showers and thunderstorms into some wind there. But we're so far away, it could still be a direct hit to Bermuda. It could still hit the islands. It's less likely, but it could still. Now taking a look at the National Weather Service threat for severe weather, it's a 3 out of 5 risk, which is pretty high. You see most of that risk is in Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, and parts of Minnesota. Taking a look at the tornado threat, there's a 2% chance of tornadoes for today in that area, but there is a much more higher chance for hail. There's a 15% chance for hail in those areas in Illinois and southern parts of Wisconsin and Iowa. I would not be surprised if, when these storms form tonight, that tomorrow you're waking up to some thunderstorms and some hail Taking a look at the wind, this is a 30% chance you'll get wind gusts over 50 knots. 50 knots is 55 to 60 mile per hour. I would not be surprised again if you get some 55 mile per hour winds. Gust, not sustained. Gust, or even some hurricane force winds. Gust. You cannot rule that out at this point. These storms are looking pretty strong on this latest HRRR. So here we are taking a look at the HRRR. You see that storm that's there right now in southern parts of Michigan. You see right there. It pops up and then it gets over Wisconsin and Illinois, and it moves through Ohio and Michigan, and it moves into the Northeast. So let's take a look here. Right there, northeastern parts of Illinois, that's not going to be the worst parts of the storm, and right there, and south parts of Michigan and north parts of Ohio. And then we're going to have to keep watching this for tomorrow night, Saturday night, for the Northeast, because this could bring a line of thunderstorms and some heavy thunderstorms into the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. So we're probably going to talk about that in tomorrow's video. Also, I want to take a look at this heat wave because it's getting kind of extreme. So you see it's an HRRR. This is today around 3 or 4. It's the highest part of the day. And you see in Texas it's up to 100 degrees. In Central America it's 110 degrees. And then in western parts of America it's up to 115 degrees, which is just so hot, melts things. And then taking a look at the Northeast, which is also pretty hot. You see in Delaware 95, in New Jersey 79, 91 in Pennsylvania, 100 in West Virginia. So it's pretty high all across America. It's actually not as warm in the southern tip of Florida, which is kind of surprising. That's usually the warmest part. So that's all I got for today, guys. I got a new mic, so my sound quality should be improving. Thank you for all the support on my last video. And other than that, I'm heading out. See you tomorrow.